This video is around how I used hormone replacement therapy, also known as HRT, and semaglutide to lose my menopause weight. Losing weight used to seem like such a mystery to me. I just didn't get how some women never gain weight during menopause, yet so many of us do, and then we struggle for years or forever to get it off. Losing weight is hard, but trying to lose menopause weight, even harder. I know, it is no joke. Back in 2019, I was a miserable 52-year-old woman. I was itchy, bitchy, tired, and I felt fat. I was fortunate enough to land in the waiting room of a doctor who prescribed HRT. He understood how HRT helped women manage menopause symptoms and its impact on weight loss. A few years later, I went on to find a few online HRT providers and then began experimenting with different formulations of HRT, like estrogen lotions versus the patches, or the gels versus the pills, and then progesterone cream versus its pills. Recently, I have even added testosterone injections to my HRT therapy, and I feel great. No night sweats, no hot flashes, and I no longer feel like I want to kill my husband. Hi, friends. I'm Peggy with Hormone Therapy Hub. I wish I could sit here and tell you that HRT or semaglutide alone was all it took to lose the weight, but it would not be the truth. If it were, I could just stop this video right now and be done. But HRT and semaglutide are both just one half of a whole that I needed to see the results I wanted, and it might be for you too. I started HRT back in 2019, and by the end of 2020, I had lost 26 pounds, but I did it the hard way, the old fashioned way. I was eating right, exercising moderately, and even started toying with intermittent fasting. I was able to keep the weight off, but I continued to feel like I had another 10 to 15 pounds to lose before I would feel really good about my weight and then how I looked in my clothes. Then in March of 2024, I found an online hormone replacement company called Joy Women's Wellness. They offer labs and blood work to test your hormones and other biomarkers prior to starting hormone replacement therapy. In addition to menopause care, they offer weight loss, sexual health, and products for longevity and aging well. I was on a telehealth appointment with a physician assistant named Brooke when I made the comment that I had quit drinking alcohol for a period of time, but I continued to struggle with my sweet tooth. When Brooke and I were finished with the hormone replacement conversation, she mentioned that she could write me a prescription for compounded semaglutide and that it could be the answer to get off that last 15 pounds. After our call ended, she sent me a laundry list of the products that she was recommended and suggested I think it over and get back to her the next day of what products I wanted to purchase. I had asked if I could be put on an estrogen patch rather than a cream, and then also the progesterone tablet as my formulation rather than the cream there also. She also suggested that I added testosterone injections to the HRT mix. I had been on HRT for years, but according to Joy's expectations of hormone levels, my estrogen, my progesterone, and my testosterone were all below what they feel is adequate for a woman my age. I made the decision to move forward on the HRT formulations she was suggesting, and then I also wanted to start on the semaglutide. Of course, I had heard of semaglutide. You'd have to be living under a rock not to have. And then I chose to start with Joy's 6-month supply, which cost me $1,299, or an average of $216 per month. It included all the syringes and alcohol wipes I needed to last me for the full 6 months. If you choose to purchase from Joy, be sure to use my coupon code in the description for 10% off your labs or your semaglutide bulk purchase. It did take about 7 to 8 days to get my semaglutide and my supplies. While I waited, I watched videos of how to do the self-injections and soaked up everything I could about this miracle peptide. I wasn't excited about giving myself a shot, but I was pretty stoked and excited to try semaglutide. I was like a kid at Christmas waiting on my package to arrive. I was prescribed to take 10 units of the semaglutide for the first 4 weeks and then 20 units for the 4 weeks after. I never really graduated to the 30 units until several months later when I found myself snacking more than I had been. I also listened to and studied a bunch of people who pounded into my head that if you are going to take semaglutide and lose weight, you must be uber focused on getting 1 gram of protein per ideal pound of body weight. So for example, if your goal weight is 125 pounds, you should aim to eat 125 grams of protein per day. This is actually a lot harder than it sounds, but I did my best I could each day. I used an organic protein powder to help supplement my diet to get as close to my protein goal each day as I could. I've had weeks where I wasn't as diligent with my diet, and it did slow down my weight loss progress. But for the most part, I'm pretty much at my goal weight. I feel if I lost much more, it would just be hard to keep it off. And I don't want to stress every single day over a 3 to 5 pound fluctuation on the scale. My body seems to be pretty set at this new weight, and actually, I'm pretty pleased with it. So, for me, it's really no secret. Hormone replacement, a high protein diet, moderate exercise, and semaglutide were the key components to losing weight and then getting off that last 15 pounds that felt like it would never go away. And now that semaglutide is so simple to get online, the only thing that may be holding you back is the cost. But even that isn't as bad as it used to be. If you are able to purchase in bulk quantity, I suggest you look at Joy Women's Wellness. The link is in the description. But if you know your budget can't handle the $1,300 out of pocket all at one time, then look at Easy, EESI Semaglutide. They have a monthly program where month one is only $149, but keep in mind that's if you use my coupon code. You can find that in the description below. And then months 2 and beyond will be somewhere between $200 and maybe $250, depending on your prescribed dosage. Some of us need more and some of us need less. Keep in mind the name brand versions of Wegovy and Ozempic, the name brand versions of semaglutide, that costs $1,400 out of pocket. So if you can get compound semaglutide for anywhere from $150 to $250 per month, that's a great deal. Want to know where you can get both HRT and semaglutide in one place? See my next video on Joy Women's Wellness.